Born approximately 1250 in western Germany, Rabbi Usher studied under the famous Tosafist Rabbi Meir of Rothenburg. He fathered 8 sons and authored one of the earliest codifications of Jewish law. In midlife, he fled the prosecutors of the Christian Europe settling in Spain, where Jews mastered materially, where they prospered materially, and Jewish learning flourished in the golden era of Spain. Through a penniless exile and newcomer, Rabbi Usher's genius quickly earned him a position of prestige and influence. In 1304, at the age of 54, he was invited to serve as spiritual leader of the Jews of Toledo, where he established a Talmudic academy. He also introduced the traditionalism and piety of the early Ashkenazi Hasidim. All right. He passed away in Toledo, Spain on the 9th of Cheshvan, the year 5088 from creation, 1327. All right, this is a tough one. I had a video, but I don't have it right now. So you know what? I'm going to save this for Monday. All right. You know what? That's enough for today. That's enough for today in the, yeah. I think we'll just move this into Monday. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm moving it into Monday. Okay. And we'll teach you that on Monday. All right. HaYom for today, the 9th day of Cheshvan. Computer. Just a little more.
היום הזה הוא זמן שמחתנו, שמע את התפילה שבליבנו, ותמחול את כל עוונותינו ביום הזה.
Today's HaYom features a big story. Big, not because it involved many people or made international headlines at the time. It actually is an exchange between a young boy and his grandfather. But it's big because it informs, it changes the way we look at life. It's a young boy of 4 or 5 years old. This young boy is destined to be the 5th Rebbe of Chabad, but at the time, he had probably just heard from his teacher back at school the story of this week's Parsha about how Hashem revealed himself to Avraham Avinu. Says the HaYom, this young boy went to his grandfather, who was the 3rd Chabad Rebbe, the Tzemach Tzedek at the time, and he began to cry. This young child is crying. What's the matter? The grandfather asks the little boy. And he says, I'm crying because it's not fair. How come Hashem revealed himself to Avraham Avinu, and yet he does not reveal himself to me? The grandfather, the Tzemach Tzedek, listens to the question and then responds. He says, when a Yid a Tzaddik, when a Jew, a righteous Jew, at the age of 99, decides that he is going to go for a bris, go for a circumcision, then he is worthy that Hashem should reveal himself to him. I could be mistaken about this, but I have a hunch that this was a story that the Rebbe repeated every single year on Parshas Vayera. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think a Parshas Vayera passed without the Rebbe somehow at least making reference to this story, because it's a big story. And interestingly, the Rebbe would focus not just on the answer of the Zayda, of the grandfather, the Tzemach Tzedek, but he would also say that there's so much to learn from the little boy's question. Says the Rebbe, if this story was taught to us, it means that there's something for us to learn. And what is it that we need to learn from this story? We all need to be like that little boy. We all need to be seeking Hashem's presence in our life. And we want to be able to, we need to be desperate to feel Hashem's revelation in our life. And until we get that, it's got to mean so much to us that you got to cry.
Well, what do you say to that? Huh? It's pretty damn cool, right? All right. Yeah. There we go. All right. And that takes us to a word from our sponsors. And now, a word from our sponsors. PestProRidol.com.
PestProRidol.com. Trusted by the best to keep away the pests. We are offering COVID-19 disinfection services. Mention this ad and get 1 month free service. Visit us at PestProRidol.com.
Tarzane Group. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Go to tarzanegroup.com or call Tomas at 305-440-0565. That's 305-440-0565. And order today. Visit Tomas and Yair at tarzanegroup.com. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Beautiful in your home. Go to the website and read Tomas's orchid blog. And by Dina D Design. DinaDDesign@gmail.com. Fine artwork, custom made to your specifications. Logos, wall hangings, Judaica. And you can even have something for your child's room. Dina D Designs. Go to her Facebook or Instagram or call or text. Thank you very much to our sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor, please go right up here to where it says patreon.com/theactorsrabbi, and you can contribute even only $1 a month if you'd like, but that'll help us bring this broadcast to you on a daily basis and cover our expenses. Be sure to thank your sponsors when shopping and mention Breakfast with Elli when you're shopping there. There might be discounts. Thanks for watching.
Helping lots of people any way we can. Tzedakah is the Jewish way to help your fellow man.
All right, patreon.com/theactorsrabbi or breakfastwithelli.live/new computer if you'd like to help us pay for the new computer that's on its way to us. Kind of excited about that. I'm just trying to get some stuff over here going. All right. Use this handy QR code today and donate. All right, Torah time for Sunday.
Torah, 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 Siva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Siva Lanu Moshe.
All right, hold on 1 second here. I'm just trying to catch up. All right. Okay, let's see what we got over here. We got this week's Parsha. And we're going to do Vayera. That's the week's Parsha. All right. What is the name of the Parsha? Don't have it here for some reason. Let's see. Name of the Parsha. Name of the Parsha. All right. Well, we're going to have to do it directly out of the Chayenu instead of from the app, as we usually do. But that's okay. That's what the Chayenu is for. Parshas Vayera, the name of the Parsha. Are you ready? All right. That is the overview. We don't have a name of the Parsha this week. All right. Well, we can get started with the overview. That also works. It's a shame, but it also works. All right. We'll just do a little bit less of it than we normally would. All right. Let me just give a look. All right. Excuse me. Parshas Vayera is the second of two parshas devoted exclusively to the life and times of Avram. Although we first met Avram at the end of Parshas Noach, and later years are chronicled in Chayei, he appears in these parshas only in preparation for his life's work or its afterglow. In Parshas Noach, we see him buck the degenerate trend of human history that preceded him, and thereby merit Hashem's call to begin the history of the chosen people. In Parshas Chayei, we see him ensure the perpetuation of his heritage by passing it on to his successor. Only the Parshas of Lech Lecha last week and Vayera this week focus directly on Avram's life itself. The fact that his life per se is chronicled in two parshas indicates that it comprised two distinct phases. In fact, if we examine the events recorded in these two parshas, we are left with the impression that Avram repeated in Parshas Vayera virtually everything he did in Parshas Lech Lecha. Both parshas open with him experiencing a revelation of Hashem and receiving a promise of progeny. In both parshas, his wife Sarah is abducted by a Gentile king. In both parshas, he fathers a son, banishes Hagar, enters into treaties, and in both parshas, his righteous behavior is contrasted with the immoral behavior of his nephew Lot. In both parshas, he defends the cities of the plain. In Lech Lecha against human assailants, and in Vayera against the divine decree brought about by the city's own corruption. It's as Avram had to repeat everything he experienced in the first parsha, his first life, or level of being, but on a different level, in order to infuse his past accomplishments with a new level of divine consciousness. Since we know that the name of every parsha embodies the essence of its content, the essence of each of the two phases of Avram's life must be reflected in the inner names of the parsha describing that phase. And we will continue this tomorrow. In the first Aliyah, Hashem pays Avram a visit as he sat at the entrance of his tent. Avram suddenly noticed three travelers passing by and ran to invite them into his home. These passerby, who were actually angels in human form, accepted the invitation, and Avram and Sarah prepared a sumptuous feast for them. The angels informed Avram that Sarah would give birth to a child exactly 1 year later. 89-year-old postmenopausal Sarah, who was standing nearby, heard this assurance and laughed, and Hashem was displeased with Sarah's lack of faith. All right, let's hear Rabbi Avtson on the Parsha with Chumash and Rashi